Nestle girl, I'm getting ready to get in here and go to the gym. I got an 11 o'clock appointment with my trainer, but I figured I'd bang this video out to give y'all a little something to hold on to while I work out and come back and then give y'all the rest of the goings on in the world. Basketball Wives season, whatever this is. To be honest with you, I did not realize it was the show returning that I actually wanted to see. Who would have thunk it? Want to talk about it? Here you go. Nessa girl, I took my slow dear old time watching Basketball Wives. Matter of fact, I was kind of bored last night. I said, let me just see what them girls talking about. And believe it or not, I did not realize that it was the show from our past that I actually wanted to see. There was something about it and its energy that I missed. Now, let me start out by saying this. All the reality TV shows that have been premiering lately, of course, have all been reflecting COVID and Black Lives Matters in their opening. I must say, though, the Basketball Wives opening package and its opening coverage of Corona and everything that was going on in the world, it was the best thus far of all the shows that we've seen. I don't know, I just like the way that they covered it. It's something about the way it was shot and it was cut that was just really like, all right, and it honestly helped me. It made our lives feel like the movie that it is. Because I've always said all this Corona stuff was like something out of a zombie apocalypse movie. And that's exactly how it played out on their opening package. But nevertheless, let's jump right on in. So the episode opens up with Shaunie revealing that her daughter and son are all going to LSU and she's getting ready to move to Houston. And her youngest son is playing basketball in Atlanta with Shaq. All of that was like, damn, we didn't know all that was going on, and it was good to know. Evelyn had done got baptized in the name of Jesus, I'm sure she's Christian. Evelyn had done got baptized like or Catholic, I don't know if they get baptized with the water like this. Evelyn got baptized in the name of Jesus, allegedly, or whatever, and she seems to be working on herself and trying to do some personal growth. Granted, we've seen this before with Evelyn playing over there on OWN. We've seen this before with Evelyn over there playing with Iyanla. And, you know, because Evelyn is a professional reality TV star coupled with what she went through last season with OG and the allegations that have been sprung against her, you know, one has to sit back and wait for her actions and to realize or to figure out if she's really changed or if this is just some poor attempt to flip the narrative. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all thoughts are on it. Febe's got a man at home. So Fefe, you know, Fefe has always been a very interesting cast pick for me. When she first came on the scene, I just always felt that Fefe was very off-brand for the show. She was significantly younger. I'm not being shady at all, but she just did not come off as fabulous as the rest of the girls. She was a little rough around the edges or whatever, and, you know, very regular, everyday kind of girl, you know what I'm saying? But I will say, for whatever reason, this particular season, Febe's kind of grown on me, and I like her. You know, I think the other part of Fefe, I didn't like how early on she got caught up in Evelyn and mess and drama with, I forgot who it was, if it was OG or Kristen or whoever it was she had beef with on her first season. I was like, girl, this shit ain't even got nothing to do with you, and you getting sucked into it or whatever. But she come around Evelyn's house, and then Evelyn get to crying because she talking about she got to move because she wants to move into a gated community because you know, she's been getting all kind of attacks and stuff, and that OG launched this campaign against her about being racist and colorist, and now she needs more security, and that, you know, she was simply just using that monkey emoji as something to laugh about. And so, you know, I want to pause right here. And the first thing I want to say is, while growing up in New York as a Latina woman, you know, from around the way, I am pretty sure that there are a lot of parallels in culture, in terms of popular culture, in terms of day-to-day culture, in terms of lingo, in terms of music, in terms of style of dress. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of parallels between Latino culture and black culture in that regard. However, for as much as you have benefited, Evelyn, from black culture, from as much as you have hijacked the swag oftentimes of black culture, for as often as you have opened your legs and benefited financially from black men, you need to be, you have a responsibility to be, you owe it to the culture to be more hip, to be smarter, and to be more aware that black people and monkeys do not belong in the same sentence, period. It makes it hard for one to believe that you didn't know that. Okay? I'm trying to figure out the most articulate, non-offensive way to say it, and I don't know that I don't know that there is a non-offensive way to say this. So I'm just going to preface by saying my intention in this moment is not to be offensive. If you were upset, black, white, yellow, green, terracotta colored, if you were attempting to maim, injure, or hurt OG, if y'all are in a screaming match and y'all don't like each other, based on her physical aesthetic, it is not far-fetched for someone who is trying to be mean to call her a monkey. You do the math. You wouldn't call Tammy Roman a monkey. You wouldn't call Malaysia a monkey. You wouldn't call Jackie Christie a monkey. You wouldn't call Evelyn a monkey. But it's not far-fetched for somebody to get mad based on how OG looks and throw out the monkey that ate the gorilla thing. And again, my intention there was not to be offensive, but if you're being honest with yourself and with the rules of society and how we throw daggers at people, you know what I'm saying. All right. So that being said, it also lends itself to the fact that, Evelyn, what you did felt very intentional. It felt like you reverse engineered that answer after you got caught. Like, oh shit, I got caught, so let me concoct this. I was looking for the laughing emoji and it was the second one that came up. Right, but subconsciously there was a reason why you chose that one. If it was the second one that came up and the screen normally displays 5 or 6, why you didn't pick the first one, the third one, the fourth one, the fifth one, or even the sixth one? You chose that one. So even with that being said, Evelyn, that is very, intentional and telling. And I'm going to tell you something. I never thought until OG broke it down that the monkey and the ape remarks lend itself to a colorist attitude. It wasn't in that moment that I was like, you know what, you're right. Women with the light-skinned aesthetic don't typically get called monkeys. I mean, unless they just straight up look like one by their structural, by their skeletal build. I was like, but it does lend itself more to a dark-skinned woman read. I honestly and truthfully, that had never hit me before until that moment when I look back at it. And that being said, the fact that I didn't even realize it, it could be a subconscious attitude or belief that's held. Doesn't make it any more or less colorist. It just makes it subconscious on some level or another. Jackie sits down with OG and they start talking about the lawsuit or whatever, and she starts screaming out colorist and racist. I'm with Shaunie O'Neal on this. I can't tell OG her experience, okay? I can't tell her experience. But I can tell you mine. And in doing what I do, there is a pool of dark-skinned women who have gotten on board this he hates black women train. And I used to get bothered, and then I had to tap into my empathy in order to feel a bit of sympathy for this particular group of women, because I've realized that they are walking around carrying the hurt of being the marginalized group by society standards, right? And they walk around and they bear that pain because I'm dark and I'm a woman and I'm big and I'm this, and I don't get the hollers from the men, and I don't get the opportunities, and the light-skinned girls think they better than me, and I always get passed over, and I'm always the butt of the jokes, and there's a group of women who feel that and revel in that every day, and you can say, hey, how you doing? Ooh, the sky is so nice today. See, why he didn't say it this way? It's because I'm dark skinned. It's because I'm a black woman. It's because I'm a black woman. And sometimes when you're dealing with people who have that level of trauma and everything is seen through the because I'm a black woman lens, it's oftentimes hard to take their grievances serious sometimes, because you want to ask yourself, is it a real grievance? Or is it coming from a place of pain and trauma? Once again, I can't say whether it was colorism or not. I was not there. I don't know what this woman experienced. But OG also, and God knows, I don't want to use the phrase that I'm about to use, but she does give, at times, she does give angry black woman at times. She does. And it's not hard. It is not hard nor far-fetched to believe that OG has had some difficulties in life because of her aesthetic. That being said, I can't differentiate if she really went through it or if it's just an over-exaggeration of something else because she's already expecting things to be because she's a black woman. But where I will come to OG's defense, 10 toes down, is that it was extremely disturbing how Shaunie included, they all banded together to create this OG is scary, I need security, I'm fearful of her, she's gonna beat me up, she's violent. I did not like that at all. I thought it was so unfair. And honestly, truthfully, OG is better than I'll ever be, because I wouldn't have returned to this shit. I really wouldn't. It was very toxic, and I was disappointed in Shaunie with that too, because I don't, listen, no tea, no shade. And if there's somebody who's been more violent, please let me know. But if my memory serves me correct, Evelyn Lozada holds the record for the #1 most violent act from a reality TV star to date. This bitch picked up a full champagne bottle and slung it across the room in the direction of somebody's head. So don't tell me that you are scared of OG and she's so violent and you're so frail. Did we not forget you jumped on a whole formal table and tried to dive on Jennifer? So I'm lost. Had that claim came from Cece, had it came from Kristen, I would have been okay. OG simply said she'll beat your ass. Every time y'all pissed her off, she said, I beat your ass. And I think the real gag is she wasn't a pushover. I think y'all were intimidated by the fact that she played football and her body build, and quiet as it's kept, she fucking extinguished your bully fire. You knew Jennifer wasn't gonna fight. You knew Naya wasn't gonna fight. You knew Nika Claxton wasn't gonna fight. You knew Susie wasn't gonna fight. You knew all them other ones wasn't gonna fight. But you knew had you pulled that with OG, you was gonna get your ass whooped, or at best get the fight of your damn life. So you dialed that shit back, and low key, low shade, you did it. You pulled the white woman move. You tapped into your light skin privilege and did the whole. You tapped into your pussy, your femininity, and your color, and you went from being a bully to real pussy. Oh, I'm so dainty, I'm so scared. And you played up every negative stereotype against black women. So, now and dark-skinned women. So now that I am thinking through this a little more and just flesh this out, I did just answer my own question. Yeah, there was some traits of colorism in there, because you played up the fact that America already feels and thinks that the dark-skinned black woman is angry, bitter, and violent. You played it up, when in all actuality, Evelyn, it's you that is the violent one. Now, you may have evolved, you may have changed, but you single-handedly have been the most violent person on reality TV. She's my girl. Tammy Roman ass is a close second. You know what I'm saying? She's a close damn second, whooping everybody's ass up and down the damn show. But Evelyn, you for one, have been the most violent. And speaking back to violence, but your ass knew who to try it with, because you didn't fight Tammy. That's the celebrity boxing match we need to see. Fuck this Tommy and Natalie Nunn. Go get Tammy and Evelyn on the line. The kids go get their damn Kobe tattoos. That was cute. Shaunie is moving to Houston to be closer to the kids. I respect it. Fefe learning how to cook. Fefe, I want to know who the hell your mammy is and your grandmammy. See, this is what I told you about these hot Cheetos, ostrich feather eyelash wearing, hookah smoking little young hoes. You don't even know how to cook, and you wonder why that man strayed. Okay? People don't want to eat Boston reheated Boston market every night in Stouffer's or whatever the case may be. You made a point about him cheating, and I find it odd. I honestly do find it odd that these birds go out, they date these athletes, rappers, and then want to sit up and have these honesty, integrity, and cheating conversations. You keep fishing from the same pond, you're going to keep catching the same fish. Not to say that all of them cheat, but all of them cheat. All of them athletes and rappers are cut from the same cloth. They don't make them like Doug Christie no more. It ain't strong black men in the community no more. Mentoring these young boys. They get this money, they get this fame, they get all these girls throwing themselves at them, and they just ain't shit. Don't we all know that's how it go? Now, luckily, your dude is no longer in the lead, and he may have gotten all his running around done and ready to settle down. But I just don't. I just honestly think it's very naive for anybody in 2021 to get with an active athlete that's on the roster and not expect to go through what everybody else are going through with the cheating and the infidelity. It's just almost like you're signing up for it at this point, and I get that you shouldn't have to, and it shouldn't be that way, and wishful thinking would suggest that it doesn't have to be that way. But let's face it, that's what the hell be going on. You know it, I know it, we know it. Get your Benz, get your furs, get your diamonds, get your house, get your Chanel for your baby. You want Channel for your baby. And Keep it pushing. Keep your heart in your pocketbook. They go chocolate tasting. Jackie said something was getting hard. Jackie, I am scared to even ask what was getting hard, so I'm just gonna roll right past this. They introduced Liza Morales, who is Lamar Odom's ex baby daddy. Very smart move. Very, 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 very smart move. Even though Lamar Odom, to a degree, has fallen from grace, his residual celebrity that's now bestowed upon Liza actually strengthens that show, strengthens that cast, and brings an extra little oomph to undergird this cast. That's a big one. You know, like honestly and truthfully, that's what Larsa Pippen should be over there playing with the girls. You know, like imagine those big names like that. That should be real cute. They need to go get, well, she ain't got no money though. I was gonna say they need to go get Dwayne Wayne, baby mama, ex-wife, whatever. I can't remember. I can't remember her name. Siobhan. They need to go get Siobhan, and let her play with the girls. I mean, shit, y'all brought Tammy Roman on there, broke, destitute, crunchy hair, fanny pack, Gap clothes wearing on there, and y'all gave her opportunity to come up. Y'all going to get Siobhan, because she was homeless for a minute. That man took her children, aka her check. She wants some fun, she wants some Channel, she wants some Prada, she wants some Gucci, some Versace. Y'all go get that woman. But I like it. I think it's smart. And I really do like Liza's personality. OG goes mattress shopping and they building a house. I guess that man do got plans for a future with you. He buying a mattress. You know, when you buy a mattress with a bitch, that's about the equivalent of going and getting a marriage certificate, quiet as it's kept. Mattresses is high. Okay, mattresses cost about what it take to put down payment on the damn house, quiet as it's kept. The laundromat scene was real nice, you know. I'm glad that Basketball Wives was able to capture Corona from the very beginning. When, you know, at the point at which they're filming right now, Jackie Christie's quote is saying, "We've just got our first case of Corona in California." Fast forward to today, you know, hundreds of thousands of Americans have died. So it was, you know, it was kind of eye-opening. Because again, when you're in the midst of something, you don't realize what was going on. But it was kind of eye-opening to catch this Corona situation from the very beginning. Evelyn talks to Malaysia about talking with Jackie. Jackie talking with Malaysia, and Malaysia is down. Phoebe goes and plays baseball with her dude. I'm going to tell you something. She was talking about, you cheated on me last time. I didn't know you was talking to other people. And I will say this. I feel like this time may be a little different because this man is on television professing his love for you, telling the world he want to be with you. Now, granted, there are some other bitches out there who will look at that and still not give a fuck, but there will never be a chance where a bitch could say they didn't know or they didn't know he was talking to somebody else because this man don't profess his love for you on TV. So I really do feel like Phoebe should let her guard down a little bit and explore where this can go. So the final scene is they get down to the damn event, to the bar or whatever. Evelyn and Malaysia and Jackie Christie come walking in, and ultimately Malaysia leaves because she feels like Jackie's on some little girl bullshit. You know, I will say this. Jackie, you was dead ass wrong. The reality of the situation is that you did come there with the intention of somewhat reconciling or coming to an understanding with Malaysia. But here's where you were wrong. You were the last person to walk into the room. You walked into an already established room. That is the equivalent to walking into a house and it's 4 people sitting in the living room. It is your job to speak first. You are the one who entered an already set room. There was nothing wrong with the general, "Hey ladies, how you doing?" If you didn't want to call her, if you wanted to, and that's a nice way to test the waters, because nobody wants to walk into a room, speak to a bitch, and then they snub them. I definitely get that. But there was nothing wrong with a, "Hey ladies, how y'all doing tonight? Y'all look nice." Something very blanketed, something very vague, broad, or whatever the case may be, and you failed to do that. So while I think Malaysia leaving was just a bit extra, you know, I don't think it required her to leave or whatever the case may be. You know, I'd have got slick and been like, "You can't speak." or I'd have beat her at her game. I'd have been like, hey, Jackie, I'd have been the bigger person. Nevertheless, you can't tell nobody how to respond, but Malaysia asked, she should have stayed. And last but not least, the caterer cancels because of Corona. Shaunie cancels and says she needs to go hunker down with her family. Then the show goes off. I had to call one of my producer friends last night to tell them that I am very, 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 I'm intrigued and excited about how Basketball Wives is filming this particular season, because to get around Corona, they basically pulled a Big Brother stunt where they locked everybody down in one damn house. And that's how they made the show. That's going to be very interesting, because when you introduce the psychological dynamic of people who don't get along all being locked in one house, I'm curious to know how this is going to play out. It's also worth mentioning that Basketball Wives was filming when Corona started, and then by the time we see them at the house, that will be a 5-month gap from the episode that we seen the other night. I was just told that last night on the phone. Anyway, I need to upload this and get my ass to the gym. It is 9:49. I got enough time to do it by 4:11. That's all I got. Ain't got no more. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll call y'all hoes later. Bye.